Welcome back, Ellingwood and Little Bear Explorers. I'm Mr. Fixmer. And today we're going to talk about notation. Notation is what we call music when we write it down. Musical notation has been around for thousands of years, and over time it has changed a lot. Musical notation also looks different depending on where you are in the world. Think about notation like writing in a language. There are so many languages around the world, and each one of them has its own way to write them down. And so does music. One of the ways we write music down in the United States looks like this. To describe it visually, we put different shaped dots, called notes, with vertical lines attached to them, called stems, on one of 5 horizontal lines, or in the 4 spaces between them, called the staff, to tell us 2 bits of information: pitch and rhythm. We learned a lot about pitch and rhythm last time when we were writing a song together. Remember that pitch is how high or how low a note is, and the rhythm is how much time the note takes up. This is why when we read music, we read it in 2 ways, from left to right with rhythms to show how much time each note takes up, and up and down to show how high or how low a note is. Now, we can't just figure out how long a note is if we don't have any way to measure it. Think about trying to know how long something is without having a ruler. You might be able to guess how long it is, but you can measure it exactly if you have a tool like a ruler to measure it. The same thing works with rhythm, except our tool isn't a physical object. Our measurement tool for rhythm is the beat. If we know where the beat is, then we can find out how long a note should be. For example, I can use a quarter note like this to show the beat when it's played by an electronic trumpet. A very silly sounding instrument indeed. If my rhythm is faster, I need to divide the beat by using shorter rhythms, like these 1/8 notes and these 16th notes. But what if I want my rhythm to be longer? Then I need to use notes that take up more than 1 beat, like these half notes or this whole note. Now, just like there is a tool to measure rhythm against, called the beat, there is also a tool to measure pitch against as well. This one we can see, because it's written at the beginning of every staff. We measure pitch with something called a clef. Though there are lots of different clefs, the ones we might see most often are called the bass clef and the treble clef. The bass clef uses notes that are lower than the treble clef, and the 2 combined make up a range of pitches that are good for us to sing with. Children sing in the treble clef, which has notes that sound like this when they're played by an electronic trumpet. When we put the rhythm and pitches together, we can make melodies, which is what songs are made of. You might recognize this one, even though I haven't included the words. Well, I hope you've learned something fun about notation. Keep on the lookout for where you see notation. You might be surprised to find that musical notation can be found all over the place. And until next time, keep exploring the mountains of music! And we'll see you all at the Mount Blanca Summer Music Conservatory Camp in June 2022.